What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to another episode of KittyTheCockatoo plays Aviary Attorney. If you like what you see here and you want to see more, then please feel to subscribe to join the flock. So last episode, we made our way to the photographer's house and we found some very key evidence regarding the case of Dame Caterline. Because we found a photograph, like, showing her beside the maid and her father getting their photograph taken, and Baron Regal was not there. Which leads into my suspicions that Baron Regal is actually a murderer. So this is the very beginning of the court case, so this episode will be the entire court case, so we'll reveal the truth. Yeah. Gotta decide what voice I'm gonna give this Kiwi now. Alright, settle down everyone, settle down. Is everybody here? I don't know, it just sounds like an old posh guy. JayJay Falcon, present, the defense is ready, your honor. Rupert Rabington, present. The readiest prosecution, your honor. Oh damn, that's not right. Oh gosh, where are my notes? I knew it. You what? Rupert and I went to Paris to school together. He was in all of my classes. Oh, was he smart? No, he was always scored second worst marks in the class. I can only assume that he bumbled through the final exams on the look of his dual Robert's feet. Unless he's proved considerably. You might already have this trial in the bag. That's good to know. But say, Sparrowson, if Rupert scored the second lowest marks in the class, then who scored the lowest? I choose to exercise my right to not self-incriminate. Our poor Sparrowson. Here it is. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. Are all the jury present? All present accounted for, Your Honor. Hey, Falcon, I thought there were only 6 members of the jury for cases like this. Why do I count 8? Oh, those 2 birds with the funny hats are his ears. The associate judges, oh, it's them too. I've never heard of that before. I mean, that one's wearing a funny hat too, but I mean, you know, I'm digging the hippo. Everything seems to be in order, so let us begin. The court is now in session for the trial of Dame Caterline Demia. Prosecution, please call your first witness to the stand. Oh gosh, are we already there? Okay, I choose to call the officer in charge of the murder investigation, Inspector Valetti, to the witness stand. Inspector Valetti, please approach the stand and recite the oath. As you will, Your Honor. I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the whole truth and nothing but the truth. Inspector, please state your name and occupation for the record. My name is Inspector Justice Valetti. I'm a servant of the law, scourge of the gutter rats that plague this city. I've enforced the law for over 20 years, and I shall continue until I bring the infamous Viridian killer to justice. My path begins 18 years ago. That's enough. Let's stick to the questions, Inspector. Of course, Your Honor. Oh great, I was hoping we could have one of those bumbling, goodly officers, but instead we're stuck with lawful goody two-shoes. I bet this guy would turn in his own mother if he saw her littering. Inspector, is it true that you are the lead investigator on this case? That is correct, sir. I was also among the first to arrive at the scene of the crime. Then perhaps you can walk us through what you witnessed upon your arrival. Absolutely. Just after 7:30 we were alerted and brought to the scene by the housemaid of Baron Regal. At the scene of the crime we found Dame Caterline Demia. She was standing over the corpse of Monsieur Granby, with his blood on her paws. Well, that sounds like an open and shut case in my humble opinion. No more questions, Your Honor. Bloody paws. Nobody told me that detail. Keep it together, Falcon. You're about to be given the opportunity to cross-examine the witness. That's your opportunity to find flaws in the expected testimony. Of course, I know this. You may begin your cross-examination, Monsieur Falcon. No, I can't do the inspector's voice. It's like really hitting my throat. I'm really sorry for the bad voice acting. Cross-examine the witness to find flaws in this testimony. Select a key phrase that you find suspicious, and Falcon will press the witness for information. Ask the right questions to bring the truth to the light. Avoid pressing for pointless details. The judge and jury don't like having their time wasted. Select a statement to question. I'm gonna go blood in her paws because we know that she ate that steak. Inspector, you say Dame Caterline had blood on her paws. correct blood clung to her fur like guilt or convict. Whose blood was it? That came up really bad. Ha! What a question! It was Monsieur Grenouille's, of course. How can you be so sure? I object. This line of question is absurd. There was only one murder victim that night, Falcon. The blood on Dame Caterline's paws could have belonged to one person, Monsieur Grenouille. Judge, Falcon's trying to delay the trial by asking pointless questions. I'm afraid the prosecution may have a point, Monsieur Falcon. Do you have any reason to suspect that the blood belonged to someone other than Monsieur Grenouille? I do, actually. I do, Your Honor. Actually, I have more than suspicion. I have evidence that the blood on Dame Caterline's paws had nothing to do with the murder. This is foolish time wasting, Falcon. If the blood on Dame Caterline's paws didn't come from the victim, then where did the blood come from? A bloody stake. On the evening of the murder, Dame Caterline ate a bloody steak. Is that true, Monsieur Robertson? Well, in a manner of speaking, I suppose steak may have been on the menu. Then, Inspector, would you acknowledge the possibility that the blood on the lady's paws did not belong to the victim but to the steak? Well... wait, don't answer that, Inspector. It is a possibility. No! Ooh, intriguing, pretty convincing. You gained a little favour with the jury. So you have to give him... okay. So, Inspector Valorti, is it possible that you arrested an innocent bystander simply for being a messy eater? Now, hold on just 1 minute, Falcon. You're overlooking something quite crucial. Dame Caterline is an elegant bourgeois kitten. She was no doubt brought up with a flawless etiquette and perfect table manners. At the banquet, she would have eaten the steak with a fork in her left hand and a knife in her right, like any proper civilized animal. How could she possibly have gotten blood on her paws with such a good manners? Oh, that is a good question. Or at least it would be at any ordinary dinner banquet. But as it happens, something was missing from that particular banquet. Something that forced Dame Caterline to eat with her paws. Oh, stolen silverware. Dame Caterline was forced to eat steak with her paws because the silverware of the household had been previously stolen. Stolen? I don't recall any mention of that in the police report. We weren't aware of anything missing from Rogal residence when we performed the initial investigation. But as it happened, Baron Rogal approached us about this very subject last night. Innocent, perhaps. What a twist. Hippo. What a twist. My throat. What is the meaning of all this? Bloody steak? Misplaced silverware? Inspector, was your investigation so lax that you overlooked these basic factors in your initial report? Lax? My investigation? Judge, I assure you I'm the most thorough investigative officer on the force. And it is amazing that the Parisian police managed to solve any crimes at all. Oh dear. Be on your way, Inspector. Perhaps do a little more inspecting for your next case. Fine, so be it, messieurs, until next time. Prosecutor, I trust that your next witness is ready. Yes, of course, Your Honor. I call upon the let's see, Monsieur Rubino, the photographer who attended the banquet on the night of the murder. Monsieur Rubino, please approach the stand and recite the oath. Oh, how does it go? I swear to speak without hatred and without fear, to tell the truth and nothing but the truth. It's a little cliché, to be perfectly honest. Could the witness please introduce himself for the court? As if anybody in this courtroom does not immediately recognize me. I'm the great Monsieur Rubino, cutting-edge photographer and visionary. I don't just take people's pictures, I capture their very essence. Je suis l'artiste, to his own peep. You may have seen my works in tape magazines, La Blanche and Osé Chouette. I can send you tweets if you like. What on earth is a tweet? Better communication. Come on, Falcon, it's the 19th century. Get with the times, alright. This game is just... This game's too much sometimes. How did they manage to get Twitter into this? Yes, your works are very impressive, Monsieur Rubino. But let's get back down to business. Could you tell us your activities were on the night of the murder? Oh, very well. I was hired by Baron Rogal to capture the evening's events. I arrived at 7 in the evening. I pointed my camera and captured the beauty of the banquet in one fantastic photograph. Then I billed Baron Regal and left, like a true artiste. And with regards to the photograph itself, who did you photograph? I thought you might ask. I brought a copy so that you can all see for yourselves. Very good. Let's take a closer look. My word, this is an exquisite picture, isn't it? So let's see, who do we have here? In the middle, we see Baron Regal, the lion who hosted the event. On the left, we see Seigneur Portois Demure, the father of the defendant Dame Caterline. And finally, we see the housemaid Colline Duarte, who I suspect may have stuck into the picture and invited. But that clock has hands. And we know that the clock doesn't have hands. I see foul play here, like. As you can see, two people are clearly absent from the photographs. The first is the victim, Monsieur Grenouille. The second is defendant Dame Caterline Demure. Quite suspicious, wouldn't you agree? Just one moment, Monsieur Robertin. This proves nothing. So the defendant and the victim were not photographed with the others. That doesn't mean that they were in the garden together at that point. Hold your horses, Falcon. I'm not done yet. The prosecution may continue. Behind the photograph subjects, we see a wall clock with the time set at 7:30. Now, why is that time significant? Well, Inspector Volerty told us earlier that was the exact time the murder took place. So, maybe they've edited him in. They've edited him in and put, like, the time in to, do you see, Falcon? Every suspect has an alibi at the time of the murder, save for Dame Caterline herself. Hey Falcon, that photograph doesn't seem right. It looks different to the one we borrowed from Robina's studio. I see it too. Our photograph shows Colline Duarte, Dame Caterline, and Seigneur Portois. But Monsieur Robina's graph shows Baron Regal, where Dame Caterline should be standing. If you assume that only one photograph is taken, then this demonstrates that one of the photographs must have been edited in some way. You should just slam the evidence down be like, bam, inconsistency, this whole courtroom is out of order, guess closed. I can't do that, I love Sparrowson. I feel like that's how life should be. Well, I suppose you could be a little more delicate with your words. No, I mean, I can't do that because our evidence was legally obtained. If I were to present it, Monsieur Robinio would ask how we acquired it, and the whole trial could derail. In a worst-case scenario, I could lose my legal license and we would be arrested for theft. Oh, well, we don't want that. No, we don't. I should tread lightly. Your Honor, I would like to cross-examine the witness. Very well, the defense may proceed. This is a waste of time. You asked me for photographs of rock-solid evidence. Alright, so that's a simple question. Well, we know that there's something wrong with the photograph, so I'm just going straight for the photograph. Let's take a closer look at the photograph. Just to clarify, Monsieur Robinio, photographs are a direct reflection of reality, are they not? That is correct. The photograph process leaves no room for bias or inaccuracies. That is most curious because I see a mistake. A mistake? Impossible! I just told you, Monsieur, the camera is perfect, unbiased evidence. The photographs it produces are flawless. Falcon, I'm not seeing any mistakes. Perhaps you could be more specific. Certainly. I'm gonna go for the clock. The clock in this photograph, there is something not right about it. Well, isn't that convenient? Did the fan see something wrong with the key piece of evidence that implicates his client? Don't give me that cocky tone, Monsieur Robinson. I have evidence that there's something wrong with the clock in that picture. Yes, because the clock has no hands. The photograph clearly shows the clock's hands pointing at 7 and 6. That much is self-evident. Which is most curious because the clock in the lounge of Chateau Grenouille has no hands. It has no hands? The clock is merely a decorative piece, a token item. Feel free to ask Baron Regal or his housemaid if you have doubts. Monsieur Robinio, how to explain this discrepancy? Oh, he's nervous now. I don't know. There must be some sort of mistake. My camera is flawless. There is no mistake, Monsieur. Your photograph depicts something that does not exist in the real world. Maybe there was an error in the printing process. An error precisely where the clock's hand should be. Please, Monsieur, don't patronize us. Allow me to offer a more plausible explanation. You, Monsieur Robinio, edited this photograph. Edited? I'm no expert, but I suspect that you used paint or ink to carefully put your hands upon the clock. It would have been a simple task, considering that the clock face was bare. One could even speculate that you specifically chose to include a handless clock in the photograph just to simplify the editing process. Oh, Falcon, your reasoning is absurd. Why would the witness do such a thing? Is it not obvious? By showing the photograph to have taken place at precisely 7:30, it creates all the photograph subjects of suspicion. In other words, Monsieur Robinho created the perfect alibi. Oh, he knows. Of course, this raises further questions. Who is the witness protecting? And why? Was Monsieur Robinho coerced? Bribed? Threatened? Enough silence. Let's hear some answers, Monsieur Robinho. Fine, you've got me. I'm guilty. I did it all. You did? You're confessing to the murder of Monsieur Grenouille? What? No. I have no idea who killed the frog. I'm just admitting that I'm guilty of producing fraudulent photographs. I was ordered to make changes to the printed photographs. And yes, that included adding hands to the clock. You were ordered? By whom? I dare not say. Monsieur Robinho, I strongly advise you to answer the defence's question. You have pledged to speak without fear, after all. With respect, Judge, I fear his claws more than I fear the punishment of the justice system. I shall name no names. Claws. It's claws. Did you hear that, Falcon? That is most fortunate. Monsieur Robinho, we cannot and shall not torture names out of you. We don't live under the ancient regime, after all. But since you have admitted to falsifying evidence, then we cannot keep you on the stand as a witness. Take your leave. You shall be charged with perjury in due course. I can't protest. The least I deserve for my failure as an artiste. Good day, messieurs. Poor Rubini. I kind of feel sorry for him. Getting the favour of the jury. So, the clock's hands were painted on. So what? It doesn't matter. The photograph still depicts Dame Caterline as absent close to the time of the murder. That's significant. Don't be so dense, Monsieur Labitin. If the photograph is not completely genuine, then it cannot be considered reliable evidence. Oh, why not? It's still a portrayal of the night's event. Because if we accept that one part of the picture was edited, then we must accept the possibility that all of the parts were too. It is possible that Dame Caterline was painted out, or even worse, it is possible that one person was painted in. We know that the witness was trying to cover for someone, so all possibilities must be accounted for. So what are you saying, Falcon? That the housemaid paid off the photographer? Or was it Senior Pietro Junior, perhaps? I don't think so. The housemaid lacks the means of motive, and it wouldn't make sense for Senior Pietro to implicate his own daughter. Well, surely you're not suggesting that the honest and beloved Baron Rogal deliberately tried to frame the Dame Caterline? Because that would be the most honest theory yet. The Baron is a pillar of our community. He would never do such a thing. Monsieur Labatin, I'm not here to throw accusations. That's the job of you, the prosecutor. However, mayhaps I should offer my opinion. But Baron, it's not time for your witness testimony yet. So you think, prosecutor, yet I see my reputation getting tarnished by your incompetence. Incompetence? Indeed. Let us proceed with witness questioning. Is that fine with you, Judge? Sorry, I must apologize. I need a drink. Yes, I suppose that's fine. Very good. I trust that the defense has no objections. No objections here. Fantastic. Oh, but before I forget, I pledge to speak without fear and prejudice, etc., etc. Now, prosecutor, ask me about what I witnessed over the course of the evening. Oh, okay, Baron Rogal, on the night of... The initial dinner went magnificently. When the photographer arrived, Monsieur Grenouille left to visit the garden. Dame Caterline followed behind him moments later. Seigneur Pourtois, Monsieur Robinho, and myself were engaged in conversation, so he paid her no mind. After the photographer had left, I was left to go find Monsieur Grenouille and Dame Caterline, and that would be when I heard her cry for help. Thank you, Baron. I think we all know the story from there. I would like to cross-examine the witness. Do you doubt my integrity, Cogan? I'm just here to uncover the truth, Baron. Oh, very well then. Hit me with your best shot. Let us establish with absolute certainty that I, Baron Rogal, am an honest man. The defense may proceed with the cross-examination. Okay, well, we want to dispute the garden. Baron, we saw the murder scene in your garden for ourselves. Baron Rogal, when was the last time you ventured into your own garden? As it happens, I have quite serious allergies. I haven't been in my own garden for years. Years, you say? Indeed. Baron, I do not wish to call you a liar, but the claim does not hold up to scrutiny. Oh, and why is that? Because we have hard evidence that you have visited the garden more recently. Balderdash, my word is gold. Show the court the so-called hard evidence. I've been in my garden. I guess that's the cigar. This was found in your garden. To be specific, it was found inside the fountain basin, right beside where the murder occurred. A cigar butt? That could belong to anybody. And prosecutor, please shut your mouth. I can speak for myself. Okay, sorry, Baron. That's indeed the remnants of one of my cigars. But I suggest, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood. Oh, no. But I must apologize, Monsieur Falcon, for I misunderstood your initial question. You see, prior to the banquet, I hadn't visited my own garden in years, but naturally, after hearing the housemaids cry for help on the evening of the murder, I rushed outside. I was shocked and disgusted by what I saw. That must have been when I dropped my half-smoked cigar in the fountain basin. You see, Falcon, there's a perfectly reasonable explanation. I would find that believable if the cigar were casually discarded, but as it happened, the cigar butt was found in the fountain's upper basin, a location that can only be accessed with great inconvenience under the bottling. Ah, Sparrowson. The cigar butt was dropped. It was deliberately hidden. There are any number of possible explanations are there, because I can only think of one. That is that you, Baron Regard, deliberately hid your cigar butt to disguise your own illicit activities. Did I now? And what illicit activities would those be? You want me to spell it out? Fine, let's put everything on the table. You, Baron Regard, murdered Monsieur Grenouille. That is what you were trying to keep hidden. Directly accusing me of murder? How shamelessly brazen! That is a ludicrous accusation, Falcon. The Baron is an upstanding citizen of the highest order. Your allegation is baseless. You have no evidence, no means, motive, or opportunity. No evidence. Think harder, Monsieur Labitin. Every piece of evidence points to Baron Regard as the prime suspect. You want the means? The Baron certainly had the means. His lion's claws, as sharp as a surgeon's blades, cutting the flagged belly would be trivial to him. Even Monsieur Albinio confessed just moments ago that he feared his claws. Ridiculous! I would never threaten a man with violence. You want the motive? The Baron had at least 10,000 francs worth of motive. By removing the business partner, the Baron's share of his variable company increased from 1/3 to 1/2. This is preposterous! And finally, the Baron had an opportunity. No, he grafted the perfect opportunity. He arranged a small banquet with a very select number of guests. He was aware of the missing silverware, and he served steak, a food item that necessitates good cutlery. Why? To bloody the balls of his guests, of course. Then he hired an easily influenced photographer and staged a very specific picture in order to build a perfect alibi for himself. Photographing the guests in front of the handless clock to make for easy editing is quite an ingenious plan, it must be said. Prosecutor, you're going to let us Sanders, Yango, uncontested say something. Object. Oh, you're pitifully useless. After executing the murder, the Baron found himself still holding a single piece of incriminatory evidence, his finished cigar. He knew that leaving it at the crime scene would raise suspicion, but he didn't have time to properly dispose of it. So out of desperation, he threw it into his fountain out of the sight of his guests and any snooping police. I imagine the Baron was hoping to get Senior Portois. Then yes, since that would ensure total control of his rival company, and last Dame Caterline was the first to happen upon the crime scene, so the Baron improvised. This is an outrage, Judge. I've landed you to spar this ranting lunatic. No, there's only one outrage here. That is, that a man like yourself is able to use his wealth and status to frame an innocent girl of murder. You're a bourgeois of the worst kind. Sorry if you heard noises that my dog was moving. How dare you, Garkin? Utter nerve for a lying scumbag of a lawyer to accuse a philanthropist like myself of something so heinous. I'm nothing like the fat cat bourgeois. I'm respectful, hard-working capitalist. No, you're a ruthless man who would slaughter a dear friend just to reap a few francs. You creditors whelp. I'll to gut you right here and now, like a damned frog. Oh, could someone please restrain the Baron? I am on it, Your Honor. Let's go, old man. Gone to the consigliere with you. Don't touch me, you filthy jackdaw. I can walk myself. Oh, you were right, then. This is quite the turn of events. Does the prosecutor have anything to add? Well, to be honest, no. Then I shall now confer with the members of the jury to come to a decision. I ask that animals of the court please be patient in this time. Well, good, that was pretty incredible, thank you. I just hope it was enough. What do you mean? You just proved Cateline's innocence. We'll get a not guilty verdict for sure. Sparrowson, I think you've misunderstood something important about the justice system. What's that? I haven't proved anything. As lawyers, we cannot deal in proofs, it's just not possible. What we can do is organize the evidence and convincingly explain what it suggests. I haven't proved Dame Cateline's innocence. All I've done is demonstrate that there is a significant possibility that she is not guilty. That is true. I'm not sure that I understand the difference. That's true. Corrupt justice system. We have reached a decision. In light of the recent revelations, it is clear that our errant judgment was made with the initial arrest. On that note, we unanimously find the defendant, Dame Caterline, to be not guilty. We did it! We got a not guilty verdict! Look, let's go, best lawyers ever. Monsieur Falcon, betweet? Now I'm doing the puns. Petite Sparrow's son, you did it! Yeah, I suppose we did, didn't we? We should head back to the office so we can celebrate properly. You did it, Falcon. I can't take all the credit. This was a group achievement. I'm so proud of you both. I'll go get one bottle of wine and 3 of our least dirty glasses. You're amazing, Monsieur Falcon. That was nothing. I very much liked the way you pinned the murder on the Baron. That was an act of sheer genius, but I didn't bid anything. Sparrows and I just worked at unveiling the truth given the facts of the case. Monsieur Falcon, there's no need to play coy. The case is over. Play coy? What? What? Don't tell me you're actually being sincere. What? I'm completely lost. I'm lost too, Falcon. Oh wow. I thought the goody thing was an act, but you actually don't know. Alright, I'll spell it out for you. What? I murdered Monsieur Grenouille. What? I saw him in the garden, all drunk and vulnerable, and I seized my opportunity. It was nothing personal, just business, you understand. Business? Increase my papa's share in the train company, of course. My papa always said that the drunk old frog was the weakest link. Your confession doesn't make any sense at all. I found Baron Regal's cigar butt hidden in the garden. Oh, I put that there. I expected the police to find it, but I suppose I was putting too much faith in the brains of Paris' finest. But Falcon proved that Monsieur Robinho's photograph was edited. It was edited. I wasn't in the picture because I was busy paying a visit to Monsieur Grenouille in the garden. My papa knew I needed an alibi, so he ordered Monsieur Robinho to paint me over Baron Regale and to add hands to the clock. But that lazy artist didn't manage to finish altering either photograph by trial day. It's a good thing that Monsieur Falcon was so imaginative, because that could have gone very badly. Oh God. What's with the silence? You should both be proud. There aren't many lawyers in the whole of France who could have won a case like this, even for a bourgeois kitty like me. I think you should leave. Fine, so much for the celebrations. Here's a payment for your services, straight from my papa's pockets. Adieu, Monsieur Falcon. Adieu, petit... What? What? Falcon, what do we do now? Falcon? What? Oh no, we just put an innocent man behind bars. What? What is this game? Like, I was probably... Oh man, I feel really bad now. I feel bad for Baron Argyle. And she's such a cow. She should have gone to prison. Should have hanged her. Did they hang them then, or did they do the guillotine? I don't know what they did in France then. I'm good! But that just goes to show, though, that in this game, like, I guess it doesn't matter if they're innocent or not. You're just trying to... Unless that's part of the decision-making, that you've got to decide if they're, like, whether you want to represent them or not, but I just don't know what to make of that. I really don't know. I kind of blew my mind a little bit there. It's like an episode of Game of Thrones. Well, I think we'll leave it there, guys. And we'll see what Falcon's reaction is next time. So thank you for watching. If you like this video, please feel free to subscribe. Again, apologise for the bad voice acting. And we'll see you next time. Toodles.